All right, what's going on, folks? You're watching Wrestling with Savage. We're live on YouTube, Twitch right now. We're going to get right into it. We're here with my special guest host, good friend of mine. If you're watching him for the first time, then you're in for a good surprise because, as you can see, he has his t-shirt on. He's not fucking around. He came to make sure to let you know that he is a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. Welcome, David. Welcome to Wrestling with Greek. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how's it going? As you can see, yes, I am a big Stone Cold fan.
Yeah.
The guy
I'm surprised you didn't bring the belt with you.
The belt's in the back hanging up nice and clean,
Copy that, yeah. I figured you were going to come on the show with, like, the vest. Maybe you ordered the vest. You were going to go all out, drink a beer.
I have one open here, but...
Oh, shit, look at that.
Beer, so...
Wow.
I was going to open another one, but I have one last one, and...
Promoting alcohol on the first show you're ever on. I like it.
Hey, Stone Cold.
True professional.
Close together.
Yeah, Stone Cold would be very fucking proud of you right now. But right now we're here with a Raw Recap. We're going to quickly just go over some of the matches and what I thought about it, what David thought about it. Raw kicks off with the Will Never Be the Same promo commercial. And I believe it was kicked off from Keyback Center in Buffalo, New York. The same arena where Roddy Piper defeated Bret Hart to win the WCW United States Championship in 1999. And tonight that same title is going to be defended in a quality match. Did you see that original match with Roddy Piper and Bret Hart?
You know what? I remember it, but I don't recall. I have a very vague memory on it.
That shit was definitely on WCW. Remember,
that was WCW?
It was WCW, yeah. So you probably definitely didn't watch that trash. And it was trash. It was bad.
Depending on if it was the time after when that whole ordeal with Shivani giving up Mankind, then yeah, definitely didn't watch it.
It was bad. It was bad. If Roddy Piper was on TV at that time, it's way past his prime. Way past his prime as far as wrestling is concerned.
That is true.
That's all I'm going to say about that. And Bret wasn't doing too well either. He was in a pretty bad place. So, yeah.
Around that time, yeah, definitely.
It was bad. What did you think of Raw overall tonight? Did you enjoy it?
I don't know. If you wanted to give it a grade, I'd probably say like a C maybe at most.
He's going C? All right. On this show, we like to do the stars. We like to do the stars. We don't like the grades. Yeah. Give me a star.
That would be a 3 maybe, I guess, if it's a C. It's right in the middle.
All right, so he's giving it a straight up 3 stars. All right, I'll give you my grade at the end of the show. We're going to go over how Raw opened up for the 3rd week in a row with footage of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Segment going on. Here we go. The Devilish Architect making his way to the ring. Yet again, the crowd is quickly jumping on board, singing along to the chorus that is Seth freaking Rollins. And he is performing for them very well. They love it. Every time he comes out, he interrupts a match. Whole crowd stops what they're doing. The match has to stop what they're doing because they all have to go, do their fucking thing for Seth, the Architect freaking Rollins. Would you be that guy or would you be quiet? Or you would be going, oh.
No, I was a mania. I was one of those.
You were liking it.
Oh, thing.
How was that?
Down and everything.
How was that live?
That was awesome live, actually. We've seen Seth come out before with his old school music, but seeing that live and seeing the whole
new way,
hearing the
whole crowd interaction
with the whole it's really cool.
I feel like a lot of wrestlers today are stealing pages out of Chris Jericho's playbook because his whole career is literally based off his fucking entrance and him coming out in the whole arena just singing along with him.
I was there. Remember, I was actually there.
Shit is fucking incredible. So yeah, Rollins is the man. And he doesn't want the chance to stop for the man of the hour because quickly the chants changed to Cody Rhodes. Cody, Cody, Cody. Rollins was very upset when the chants started to die down. He said, no, don't stop chanting for the man of the hour. He was asking him, how does it feel to be on top of the world? And it seemed like the new Cerebral Assassin was going pretty fucking hard with the Inquisition on Cody Rhodes, wanting to know why he doesn't understand the problem that they had. Because at Mania, Rollins had to have a surprise opponent, handpicked by Vince McMahon. So this caused a nice little set in Monday Night Raw where Seth told him, why don't you do the same thing and have a random opponent by my choosing, which was the only element of Raw which I really enjoyed because you just had that element of surprise. You didn't really know who he was going to pick. David actually mentioned it in the text. He's like, the choice was so fucking obvious and we didn't even realize it all night.
Yeah, it was sad.
Who were you thinking it was going to be when Seth first announced all that?
In all honesty, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe they were gonna surprise us with like somebody new or bring back somebody.
I was hoping for a debut too, you know.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
the way it was set up, yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be someone like Omos or something, and then Bobby Lashley would come out and interfere. I don't know. I just had that playing because I hadn't seen him on TV yet. They saved that segment for, right before Cody.
Yeah.
So he was in my mind throughout the night. I was like, watch it be like Omos or some dumb shit with MVP hooking up with, Seth freaking Rollins. I don't know. But thankfully it wasn't that. We actually ended up getting a good match, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Because we don't want to ruin the surprise for you yet. You guys don't know who it is yet. We're not going to tell them yet. But all you need to know is that Buffalo is Rhodes country. And he says he's seen this side from Seth Rollins before. And in all respect, he just basically wants to interrupt Seth Rollins from getting his little, piece in. He wants to get right into business and, like, who do you want me to fight tonight? And Seth's not going to tell him. Seth's not going to tell anybody. He's going to keep that angle going all night long. Cody's going to have to wait, and we're going to have to wait. So basically, Seth made the challenge. Cody accepts the challenge, and that's the setup for pretty much Raw. Oh, and by the way, Cody did ask Buffalo who's better. He wanted to know, Buffalo, who's better, Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes? And Buffalo definitely let him know. But I think he has an unfair advantage with his dad, kind of.
Well, I
setting
actually,
up everything.
Kind of wrote my notes down, and one of the things I wrote was I kind of didn't like the idea how they were arguing about who was better.
Yeah.
Because in reality, at least from my recollection, they don't really have much history. They might have had a match or two before.
Do you remember the match they had for the career match? It was on the line where it was Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus The Shield.
Yeah.
And if they I feel like that was their most recent kind of match, and Cody did win, and now Cody wins again at Mania. So obviously, I even asked the question. Obviously, he thinks he's better than you.
And the thing is that it's almost uncomparable because, come on, it's Cody Rhodes. He's had so much history way before even Seth was a thought in WWE.
Yeah.
It's not even a fair comparison. So I was kind of lost when they were having that argument prior to them going to the crowd and say who's better. They were already arguing about who is better already. And I'm like, I don't think that's a fair argument. Also, I love how Seth now is with his kind of Joker-like kind of character where he's always laughing at random times, and it took a little time to grow on me, but I kind of like the character he does now.
He's definitely trying to be like the Joker of the WWE for sure. All he's really has to do is just paint his face and come out with a big red fucking smile. But I liked how Rollins basically just got straight to the point and was telling this guy, what's up, man? You really think you're better than me? You haven't been here in years. I've been here. I'm a 4-time champion. Cody even bring it up, said, yeah, you won 4 belts. I have 0. So it's why even bring that question up? Obviously, statistically, Rollins is superior to Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Overall. If you want to just talk about numbers and title reigns and matches and WrestleMania main event after main event, Cody has yet to main event to WrestleMania.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens with that. After that, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks and Naomi for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Basically, this whole match, I saw it coming from before it even started, that Rhea Ripley was going to turn on Liv Morgan. I've been hearing rumors all week anyway that she's going to join with Edge. I was hoping that would happen tonight. I think that would have added an extra star to Raw's overall rating if she would have went full heel turn, fucking turns into a fucking vampire, fucking bites Liv Morgan in the neck. They should have went fucking all out with this heel turn, I think. But
the neck thing already kind of been done, and it was kind of terrible the last time they did it.
All right, bite her in the fucking nose. I don't know. Do something. All right, if Seth Rollins can stab fucking Rey Mysterio in the eye with a fucking the corner of the steel stairs and gauge his eye out, why can't we do something else, something better?
I see your point, but maybe they're trying to do a slow grind. Maybe they're trying to build into it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. There was some great spots on the outside. Good work by Rhea Ripley out there. She was out there looking like she could beat the shit out of all three women in the ring. That's what I took away from that match. I took away that Rhea Ripley is the best one in that ring. She's superior in wrestling ability, strength, and just overall physique. She looks like she's a badass. She looks like she could beat the shit out of Sasha Banks, Naomi, and her little tag team partner, who, by the way, had like 2 to 3 botches tonight that were maybe the worst of the fucking year when I really think about it. All right, she was going to give Naomi a full bulldog off the top rope, okay? And she actually jumped off of Naomi's head, and then Naomi just takes the bump. Like, she fucked up the timing so bad. So bad. It makes me even wonder why she's on the main roster. I saw her at one point, like, look up, look at Sasha, look at Ripley, and she had, like, this look on her face like, I don't belong in this ring.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Unfortunately, I was a little distracted during that match. I caught the very, like, end of it, which was the Rhea turn, which was kind of expected. So I had kind of like a blah, kind of like, I wasn't really into the whole thing in the first place.
I don't blame you. I had thoughts about going to the fridge during this match too, but I stuck around because someone's got to tell these people what the fuck happened. So basically, at the end of the match, it was very obvious that after that bad performance by Liv, that Rhea Ripley cannot fucking stay with her. She has to break apart. She has to get away from this because this is just going to keep happening. She's going to keep losing if she stays with Liv and working. So basically, Rhea, she turns on Liv, beats the shit out of her, and that segment ends with evil Ripley coming out. Now I'm just waiting for Edge to show up. And for Liv Morgan, it's obvious you can't keep up with high-grade talent. You need to be sent down to NXT or maybe even worse, AEW or fucking New Japan. Go do something. Go learn how to fucking wrestle on live TV, okay? Because it's not a joke. You could have killed somebody out there tonight, you silly bitch. All right. Next up, we got Bianca Bel Air. Oh, by the way, before we go, all right, I'm going to rate that match. It was a 3-star match, all right, with a 5-star heel turn because I appreciated it. She deserved exactly what she got, exactly when she got it. And I wish that Rhea Ripley would have hit her a few more times, actually. Kicked her a couple of more times. But you didn't see the match, so you can't rate it.
Yeah, no. I mean,
fail.
like I said,
all right. Yeah, it's all right.
The end of the match was predictable, so
yeah.
To me the heel turn was coming, so it was there.
All right, guys, we're live. This ain't gonna be perfect yet. All right, Dave, we're gonna need you to do this now. The right to the right. There he is. Wait, that's better. We're gonna master this. It's gonna take a couple of weeks, guys. I'm not Bubba Ray and he's not Dave LaGreca, but we're gonna try our best to make a good show.
They got 12 years experience.
But in all fairness, Bubba, if you ever watch this and someone tells you got to see this Savage guy, you got to see this other guy, Bubba's a fucking asshole, okay? I was taking pictures with Nikki Bella, and he happened to be in the background of one of them, and he wanted $30 for that fucking picture because he thought in his sick fucking mind that I wanted a picture with him in the background. Meanwhile, I don't give a fuck about Bubba Ray because at the time I had nothing for him to sign. And you know what? I still don't have anything for him to sign. I don't want him. He never held the world title. Not my world title.
He's part of one of the greatest tag teams ever, bro. You can't deny that.
He is, unfortunately. It's fucking sad that such an asshole gets to be one of the greatest tag team performers of all time.
It's unfortunate you had that bad experience there because
he's probably
him all the time. He's hilarious.
He's probably a good guy. I think he was having a bad day. All right, and he probably didn't like the fact that I just wanted to talk to Nikki and I didn't give a shit about getting an autograph from Bubba Ray or taking a picture of any kind. But, that's for another day. Back into Raw, Bianca Bel Air and Sonya Deville segment was coming up. The segment itself I gave 3.5 stars because we're quickly reminded about what happened last week when Sonya was abusing her power. Deville comes out to booze and lets everyone know Bianca is the best, and that's why she wants to face Bianca. That's why she abused her power, because she wants to be a competitor again, and she wants to, she wants to be the best, so she has to beat the best, and that's pretty much what she's saying. The bottom line is Bianca wanted a challenge, and she gave her one. She actually pulled out the bottom line. Did you hear that part?
Yes, I did.
Did you appreciate that? You didn't like that part.
I personally don't like Sonya. I think she's annoying.
Okay, as a manager,
she suits her role, so I give her props and respect it.
How about when she was wrestling? Did you like her when she was wrestling?
I wasn't really fond of her wrestling, but you know, I do give her credit where it's due, and she plays the heel role right, so I give her that.
I've seen a few of her matches, man, in NXT, and she definitely has like a vicious side. Like, you know, she can sell, she can make shit look real. I've seen her do it. Haven't seen her do it recently. We'll see what happens with this match with Bianca. I'm actually excited about this match because
she had a match recently, didn't she? Like I think
not like a big time, but she's not like wrestling consistently, is what I'm saying. You know, if she has a match, it's just like some quick shit.
It's here and there, yeah.
Nothing crazy. So basically, Bianca wants to fight DeVille tonight. It lets her know she won't fight in this dump of a town. So basically, DeVille says, "I'm not going to fight you in this dump, Buffalo. Sorry." But apparently DeVille thinks your town is a fucking dump. And you know what? She's probably fucking right. But besides that, she could wait until next week when her whole family is going to be there at the arena they're going to be at next week. And, you know, DeVille reminds her, your family's already used to you losing titles very quickly. So it's good that they're going to be there to have your back and give you some support. I like this. DeVille had the segment, I only gave it 3.5 stars, but that was my favorite part. That was a good line. And later in the night we'll get back, and they had one little segment, nothing crazy. I gave that segment.
Liked the second segment better.
I gave it a 3.5. What'd you give it, Bianca and Sonya?
The first part or the whole thing in its entirety?
The beginning part, that beginning segment, because it was a good chunk of time.
I'm at par with you, yeah.
All right, 3.5. All right, next after that, right immediately after that, we had Veer Mahan back to squash another poor soul named Jeff Brooks. Apparently, this was Jeff Brooks' debut on Monday Night Raw, and sadly, this could be the only memory Jeff Brooks ever has on Monday Night Raw. We may never see this guy again, although they did give him an ambulance vignette. So,
that's true, yeah.
You know, they don't usually give most jobbers the ambulance vignette, so that could be a sign of things to come for little Jeff Brooks, who reminded me a little bit of, he had like a Daniel Bryan kind of build to him.
Kind of, yeah.
You know?
You mentioned it, yeah, that's true.
I really, I don't remember ever seeing him on NXT, so more than likely he's a local wrestler from Buffalo, and I bet you if we looked up Jeff Brooks, there's a bunch of YouTube videos on this kid kicking somebody's ass, but it ain't going to be Veer Mahan. I'll tell you that much.
Unfortunately, now.
Yeah, eventually he does his usual shtick. He beats up the guy, gets the win, and then he continues putting the submission on them until 4 or 6 guys come out to break him off. Blah, blah, blah. I gave this segment a 2-star because we've seen it already.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, copy and paste. I would have appreciated seeing at least 2 or 3 more big power moves from this big power guy. Show me what else you're doing besides just knocking people around and tapping them out. Like, you know, give me a move.
You know what it gives me? It gives me a vibe of like they're trying to replace or like bring back a kind of like a Rusev character. Because he even does the same submission, same idea, you know, almost the same. He's being debuted almost the same exact way. He almost has the same look. Aside from the face paint, he has the long hair, does the same submission.
So what you're saying is he's going to lose to John Cena at WrestleMania?
I don't know if it's John Cena. Maybe Roman Reigns, since Roman Reigns is probably the new John Cena.
Maybe. So, yeah, but no, next year I think we're getting Rock versus Roman. And it's not even going to be for the title. It's just going to be... Yeah, and the sad thing is it's going to be the main event, too. That's what's real fucking sad.
That's a story for another day, because you could do a whole show on
that. Yeah, it's whatever. Let's just dump WrestleMania right now. After that, Adam Pearce lets Sonya Deville know that the higher-ups are looking into her behavior, and there's an official investigation. And Bianca shows up to pay her fine, and apparently her fine was $1.
That was great.
And this really upset Sonya Deville. She wasn't a big fan of this $1. After that, you had the lie detector test featuring Kevin Owens and Ezekiel. I gave it a 4-star rating just because Elias is so good at... Ezekiel. Or whatever.
Yeah.
He's so good at keeping a straight face during all this bullshit. Because, honestly, just me looking at him saying anything is hilarious with his current look he has. because it's fucking wild. I still can't believe he shaved his beard. I still can't believe
He comes out in the tights now. He's not in pants
speak.
and like a vest.
Do you want to speak with Zeke? That's my question after tonight. Do you want to speak with Zeke?
I mean,
I'd rather walk with Elias, but maybe I do want to speak with Zeke. I don't know.
I mean, after today, I give it to him. He is kind of funny, so
He's definitely funny,
sure.
man. He's definitely funny.
He's definitely showing that he could do more than.
But he did pass his lie detector test, which apparently you can do on a laptop now with USB ports. That's.
The graph never moved. If you notice, it seemed like the same loop going over and over.
Oh,
again.
absolutely, absolutely. But apparently that was cutting edge technology, and I want my hands on it. Okay, I need that shit. So basically, KO's music hits, and we're quickly sent to another commercial break while KO goes around the ring. He was telling the truth the whole time. Basically, every question they asked him, he got correct. He wasn't lying, according to them. KO let him know he would find a way to expose him for the liar he is. As he was leaving the arena, Chad Gable then attacked Ezekiel to send us into a commercial break and set up the next match, which was Ezekiel versus Chad Gable. That last segment, like I said, I gave it a 4-star because I thought it was funny. What are you giving it?
I guess, I would be at a 4-star too because it was funny. I did enjoy it.
I had a laugh. I had a laugh with it. It was one of the better segments of the night. After that, there was a great match that included some good groundwork by Gable to keep Ezekiel busy, as Ezekiel was delivering huge moves like spine busters that led into an excellent submission and a possible win. But of course, as the match was packing up steam, everything was going Ezekiel's way until he was tackled by Otis, because apparently almost every other match has to be like interference or somebody has to distract you, some bullshit. It was setting up to be such a good match. They ruined a perfectly good match. I would have loved to see a clean win on, you're debuting Ezekiel, right? So why aren't we giving this guy a fucking win to really piss off KO? He passed your lie detector test, and now he also kicked the guy's ass that you hired to come help, What business, where are we taking this story? It's supposed to be KO and Ezekiel, but now we're getting Chad Gable involved, and now we're also getting Otis involved. So where's the story going?
And it's weird too because why bring in the tag team partner? So what is Ezekiel and with KO eventually or something?
Is that what happens?
Are
they going to become the new tag team? Or you had RK Bro and now you're going to have KO Z?
I don't know.
KO Zeke.
Ezekiel?
No, it's going to be KO Zeke. That's what you're going to see at Mania next year. RK Bro versus KO Zeke.
Or something.
Some shit. I don't know. It was really fucking... great match that should have ended. Like I said, I only gave it a 2-star because of the interference. It was on its way to a 4 or 5-star if it would have been a clean 15-minute match, but we never get that. We never get that, and we never will. Unfortunately.
WWE, almost every Monday there's at least one match that ends with an abrupt ending.
One match, if not fucking 10 matches.
Well,
after that,
at least one match.
Oh, always at least. Yeah, that's for sure. Video footage hyping up the Usos confronting the Raw Tag Team Champs and their sneak attack. Basically everything that happened on Raw and SmackDown. Setting up the match for RK Bro versus Street Profits, which I give it a 4.5. What are you giving it?
I'm right with you. I really enjoyed that match.
Yeah, that match was a great match. So far, it was an absolutely good match with some great double team moves from both teams. Big moves from Riddle. He was like leaping to the top rope for that Billy to Billy suplex on Montez. That was really impressive.
That was crazy.
And Montez just added the extra oomph because he's such a great worker, great seller. So like he made that look incredible. Well, let's see. Player, watch out. Oh man, I'm being so bad. I'm being such a noob right now. Anyway, I don't need this bullshit because the truth of the matter is this. The match was fan-fucking-tastic. Montez Ford and Street Profits ended up looking like beasts because they ended up playing the Usos' music. I thought the Usos were actually coming out mid-match, and it wasn't the Usos. It was just a distraction set up by Montez Ford to, set up the easy win. And they had a fantastic finish with a reverse blockbuster off the top rope. And see, this is why live is always better than trying to read off some fucking screen. If you actually know what you're talking about, It comes out easier.
Exactly.
So the match was great. I appreciated the heel turn. That was kind of like a heel turn.
So yeah,
for Street
that's what I was
Profits.
actually gonna ask. What do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think they?
That's
But I mean,
it's a heelish move.
It's kind of a heel turn, but they still did their whole. Gimmick,
Maybe they're in the
with
middle. They're on the middle.
Yeah,
they can be good, they can be bad, but that was definitely like a heel kind of move. Like that wasn't a babyface move at all. Good guys don't do that.
And even the way he talked at the end. Is
Yeah,
like,
they were talking that shit. You know, you're not. Don't worry about just the Usos.
It's like I said. The only part that threw me off of it, I know when even his facial expressions gave me a heel vibe.
Yeah.
But once they turned and said, "Oh, we want to smoke," that was like, okay, wait, that's just still your face type of thing to do. So what are you? It's like you're in between right now.
It added a nice plot twist to an already nice match. Like I didn't see that coming.
Actually.
Yeah. And the best part was it allowed both teams to walk out still looking good, because they kind of got screwed, but they still kicked your ass. You fell for it, so they both look good. I enjoyed that segment. Hopefully we get some more from them. Street Profits are getting better every week, to be honest.
I mean, Montez with that freaking frog splash, bro.
Yeah. He's
Christ,
nasty.
like,
That's the nastiest frog splash in the game right now.
You would have never thought anybody would do one better than Eddie, and man, he's getting there.
Here we are today. Yeah, he's definitely got the best frog splash in the game right now, for sure. After that, AJ Styles comes out. We had a little reminder from last week when he attacked Damian Priest, and then, of course, what happened with their match. And then we come back to a nice promo. I give it only a 4-star because it was a good promo. He said some meaningful things and made some big, powerful statements. But there wasn't anything. It was kind of basic as far as he's just in his throne and whatever. I guess that's what they're going for right now. It wasn't bad though.
Broodless. It's almost like the Brood.
That's the only reason I even gave it a 4. If he wouldn't have mentioned the Ministry or the Brood, I probably would have only given that thing a 3. But the fact that he went and said this whole thing lingers 20 years. This is a seed that was planted 20 years ago when I was in the Brood, when I was in the Ministry of Darkness. Like, he's bringing up fucking attitude terms in 2022 and making them relevant again today. Because tonight there's going to be probably a good 100,000 kids that are going to go Google Brood and Ministry of Darkness because they have no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And that just gives all those legends just that much more credibility. As he's going to go and see all those Undertaker moments when, Edge was rolling with him. And that was a good storyline, like that whole Ministry of Darkness and the Brood. Like,
oh, yeah, I love that stuff. Especially
those were good stuff.
The music, the entrance was awesome. They were. What's funny about? You ever heard the story with Gangrel that whole idea with Edge when he came out and did the whole Brood type of thing the first time when he redid it? The whole idea was supposed to be Gangrel doing it.
Yeah.
But something happened where he ended up not doing it, and instead Edge ended up doing it.
Yeah, Gangrel kind of fell short in a lot of ways, man.
Yeah.
They should have never gave him a microphone.
Yeah, but they gave him the microphone to show those fangs. So
he could show the fangs without saying a word. Like that guy should have been just the Beast, Vampire Beast.
They try to do him like what's that, Interview of a Vampire?
They should have had Edge be his handler or something. Like that's the Beast, and Edge is the one that communicates everything to him, and then Christian's just like extra bodyguard. Something like that. I could have seen that if they would have did that dynamic. That group would have lasted a lot longer. And I only say that because I feel bad for Gangrel, because before he opened his mouth on the mic, he was good. He was going up there in my ratings. I was like, this guy is a championship contender. But then, like I said, he started talking on the mic.
It wasn't a good promo, I guess.
Oh, no. Bad. All bad. But enough about the Brood. Alright, after that, we come back from break again, and you're watching AJ Styles now getting attacked by Edge and Damian. So now they've came from this black room with a throne, and now they're in AJ's locker, the lights are flickering, I guess they got powers now?
I took it as like they're trying to do a little like F you to AEW. Hey, you want to keep turning off lights here? We do it too.
Maybe.
That's what I felt like. I don't know. Even the whole Edge thing, I think I mentioned it to you before. I feel like it's almost like a little kick to Jericho with his appreciation
society.
Kind of thing, because it's you see how Damien's always about, oh, I giving up myself to you, I'm praising you,
Yeah,
you're the
yeah.
greatest. It's the same idea. So it's almost, I feel like they're doing that to kind of like, it's a little fu to AEW. Hey, we're paying attention, but we could do it too.
Maybe it's possible. Nothing's impossible, so I'll say that. But who knows? All I know is I thought I would see more original kind of shit than that. That like we've seen that how many times?
Yeah, that's true.
Like the same typical. Oh, the lights. Oh yeah. Now I'm attacked.
And now they're doing it in the back. That really never happened in the back. Like that's always a ring thing, you know.
It would have been better if the lights would have went out, and then when they come back from camera, you have AJ like crucified or some crazy shit, and that would have been the real knock. That would have been the real knock to AEW. They're like, oh yeah, you guys want to put Jesus fucking thorns on this guy's head? We are gonna do you one better, motherfuckers.
Well, AEW had that one anyway because they did it on Good Friday. So.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that last segment that we just did. That was good. I'm gonna put that on my Instagram page right after this fucking stream. All right. Well, enough about AJ and his problems because obviously he got injured on that segment. Maybe they're setting up him to take a nice 2-week vacation or something because he apparently broke his arm. They were slamming it in the
Hasn't it been like that though? Like he'll come on a little segment and be gone for 2 weeks and come back.
Yeah, probably. He's got a good schedule. Whatever his schedule is, it works because that guy likes to play video games on Twitch. So he might not be in a ring, but he's playing some kind of game tonight. I'll tell you that much. After that, we come back from commercial break again, I believe, and then you had probably guaranteed the best match of the night. Finn Balor versus Austin Theory, and this was a huge match because it was for the United States Championship. And shockingly, we had a title change. And it wasn't the 24/7 title. It was a real fucking title in a real match with a real winner, with no interference, with no weapon use, no cheating. It was Finn Balor, who is like a high-tier WWE guy. He was a former Universal Champion, NXT Champion. He's done everything. He's beaten some big-time opponents. He's main evented pay-per-views with Brock Lesnar. I mean, this is not no, like, little piece of shit kind of wrestler. Austin Theory just put down Finn Balor and took the belt right off his fucking shoulders on live TV, walked up the ramp and took a selfie with Vince Kennedy McMahon, and that has to fucking feel good. I don't care who you are. If that's not the dream of every single guy in that fucking locker room, then I don't know what is.
This is true, man. For Vince to take the time of his day to leave Gorilla and come out to, embrace you, that has to be like high praise right there. Like
that to me has to be the feeling that every single person in that locker room has wanted over the last 40 fucking years. And Austin Theory's just here on Monday Night Raw getting it like that.
Look at Undertaker. We waited 30 years to see him in the Hall of Fame and embrace Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
This kid is
he's here like 2 weeks.
First belt, and he's like, "Hey, give me a hug."
Yeah, crazy. So where's his career headed? If he's got that kind of pull with the boss right now already, Vince obviously loves this guy. I don't see any reason other than he actually loves this kid. Because why is he doing this? I mean, is this Vince's real son maybe that we don't know about? Like something.
Oh, I don't know. A legitimate son?
Maybe.
So. Who knows?
That could be the next storyline. Come here, son.
I don't know. Like for me, the kid, his face kind of gives me a vibe. Like I don't know. He annoys me he gives me annoyances sometimes. He's a great wrestler.
He does, but I think that's the exact gimmick Vince is trying him to play because I've seen him in some other kind of different gimmicks where he's more serious. I believe when he was in Evolution, he had a lot of good matches there that I saw. They had some underground pay-per-views that they used to do on the WWE Network for Evolution. So I've seen him wrestle a few times. And when I saw him wrestle there, he wasn't like this. He wasn't taking selfies. He was coming out, kicking ass, raising his hand, and walking out the door. So I've seen him have that serious gimmick. So this is definitely this is Vince's whole fucking idea. He wants people to hate this guy. And of course they're going to hate you when you're handpicked by the boss. And you're getting all the perks. You're getting all the advantages. Vince is setting this kid up to be maybe his counter to MJF. That's how I look at it. They want to create an ultra heel in AEW and MJF. Okay? They want him to be like an ultra fucking heel. WWE doesn't really have an ultra heel right now. I mean, you could say Seth maybe, but I'm talking about like fresh ultra heel, and this kid's probably the same age as MJF, and he's got a baby face, but he's a prick, and Vince is taking that and just I think trying to really get people to not like him, but then eventually they're gonna love him when he does his.
Well, would you think maybe doing the same mistake like they did with Roman? Because kind of Roman was the same idea.
Maybe.
Aside that, the only difference is that they're pushing him as a heel instead of a face. Where with
Well, at least
Roman, they were pushing
Roman's
him as
whole
a
thing
face.
happened organically though over time, like just
Well,
years
he
and
need-
years.
Well, the thing with Roman was that we've been waiting years for him to turn anyway. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he finally turned and we embraced it. But with Theory, he's being pushed as a heel. So it's
Yeah.
almost like they're doing the same thing, but in reverse. Now they're using him as a heel instead of a face.
Yeah, it's a possibility. All I know is for Vince to be doing this, expect Austin Theory to be on your screen for years to come. That's what I'll say. Whether you like it or not.
At this point, I give it to him. I give him his props. He's just
And
have to grow
he is a good wrestler. I hate to say it, but he actually is a good wrestler. And like I said, it's sad to see that the match was starting to feel like one of those old school like matches where like Finn was really selling his neck being like hurt.
Well, I actually like that. I like the match. I like the fact that
it made it go back to another level of wrestling.
Yeah, they used the psychology of the neck and ended the match with the neck.
I feel like Finn has taken that from Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes did a really good job selling last week too.
Yeah, probably so.
Maybe. I don't know, but whatever, Finn did a good job and he sold the shit out of the neck. The finish was fantastic. I mean, he looked like he literally ripped the guy's head off his fucking shoulders with that. His finish. What's his finisher called? I gotta remember it.
Is it? I thought they said Chaos Theory.
It's the Chaos Theory. Yeah, that's a solid fucking finish.
That's a cool name. Too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was a cool name. So
you see that they dropped
dropped
the Austin Theory. Now he's just Theory.
Yeah, he's just Theory. I don't know. Do you think it has to do with Steve or just because every time I heard Austin Theory, I kept on
I think WWE gets off on having superstars with simple names. Because it just makes branding them easier.
I guess, but
because think about it. When you type in Austin, who's gonna find Austin Theory? They're just gonna find Stone Cold Steve Austin for days.
That's why I said what I just said. That's the only reason I could see why they dropped Austin.
For branding purposes, probably more than likely, and just to keep it simple. He has that one cool name. Now he's just Theory. It's okay. I don't know. They're changing a lot of names.
It takes time to grow on.
Look at all the names they changed in the last couple of weeks. Now you have Gunther. Yeah, no more Walter. There's a couple other ones too. I'm not even going
to... His name, the other guy.
Oh, yeah, Pete, Pete Dunne, and now he's just Butch.
Pete Dunne now.
Yeah, that was the other one. I wasn't going to mention it, but yeah, like, to change him to Butch, it's very fucking stupid. I mean, that's one guy that's put in a lot of work for you. It's not like he just showed up to the company. He's been here for a year. My man's been putting on NXT events for you for like 4 fucking years solid right now. Why are you like... Unless it's going to lead to him getting his name back, which it's probably not.
I don't think so.
We're going to end up seeing Pete Dunne in AEW. That's what's going to end up fucking happening. Because he doesn't look too fucking happy on TV lately anyway.
I mean, like, he changed... His body's different now, like, from where he started. He did a lot of changes to... You can see he made a lot of changes to stay in the effort of being in WWE. I think it's probably a time and process, hopefully.
Because I'm a big fan. I'm a big Pete Dunne fan. I like his work. His body of work speaks for itself. All you gotta do is just go look up his greatest matches, and you'll see. There's probably 10 bangers in a row.
Oh yeah, he was great. But he did more of that international stuff, right?
Yeah. He was all over the place. NXT UK, regular NXT. He had some big time matches. After all that, we had a double wedding. I gave the double wedding a 4-star as well because R-Truth made that whole shit funny, and it was kind of cool to see these women in full wedding dresses doing these moves, taking bumps, jumping off the top rope. That shit's not easy. So props to those ladies for pulling off those fucking moves.
Well, I know my wife is in the background, but not for nothing. Tamia looked actually pretty nice in the wedding. I was in the wedding dress. I was surprised.
Yeah, no, yeah, they looked great. Everybody looked great. Everybody got dressed up. You see, apparently Sasha Banks made it to the event, and she was even trying to cry a little bit. It was very cute. And then, I thought we were only going to have one title change tonight on Raw, and obviously I was wrong. We had 5. We ended the night with 5. Yeah, 5. And it all ended where it started on Dana Brooke.
Not Brooks.
Dana Brooke had a problem when R-Truth said Dana Brooks.
I laughed when he first said it, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, isn't it Brooke?
R-Truth's always silly, man. He's his best when he's just full silly, It's sad that he never got a title run. I think he deserves one after all the shit he's been through.
Hey, at least he's never been released.
Yeah, that's true. He's had a solid paycheck for a long fucking time, man. But like I said, props to the ladies doing all that shit in the dresses. All right, after that, you have Bobby Lashley accepting MVP's challenge to arm wrestle Omos next week. They're going to have an arm wrestling contest. And he reminds everyone that there's still a reason why they call him the Almighty. So who do you think's going to win that arm wrestling match next week?
I don't know.
That's a tough one, right? If it's real, I might have to just go with Omos. That's a big boy.
Yeah. How do you feel about MVP switching? To me, it makes sense.
It does make sense, but you're ripping away such a crutch from Bobby Lashley because he's not the greatest on the mic, and as of late, you can kind of see that because he reverts to using the same terms over and over. He constantly reminds you that he's the Almighty, and that's about it because he can't really say that much. Because if he talks too much, he's gonna pull a Sid. He's gonna pull a Sid. He's gonna fuck up. He's gonna stumble and mumble and look like an idiot.
I mean, I don't think he'll mumble and jumble. I think that it's just he has.
He's better.
Charisma.
He's better now than he was 5 years ago on the mic, but he's not as good as he should be if he wants to have that strap on his fucking shoulder.
You don't feel the energy when he talks.
Yeah, that's exactly. It just feels like he's just chilling pretty much every time he's talking.
I think he's trying to get through it. That's it.
Yeah, there's no. He's not selling it. If he sold the promo as well as he sold the moves he gives in the ring.
Oh yeah, in the ring I give him that.
In the ring, he's fantastic. Yeah, he's one of the best. I'm pissed off that we still haven't gotten Brock versus Bobby. That to me, that should have been the main event of Mania. It would have made more sense.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't injured, it probably would have happened. But that whole injury thing, the way they did it was kind of stupid. But. Anyway,
yeah, because he put in his work. That's why I just wanted to say that for him. But after that, you had the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. It was on pace for a full 5-star match. Everything was going fantastic. There was big spots, but of course Seth Rollins has to come out and fuck everything up. He tells KO to get off his fat ass and get in the ring. And then Cody gets the win via countout. As he poses, Seth attacks him from behind, knocking him into the outside as Raw closes with a close-up on a recovering Cody Rhodes. Like I said, it was on pace for a 5-star. I give it a 3.5 because it was still a great fucking match. But Seth pissed me off and fucking ruined another great fucking match.
Yeah, I'm the same. I enjoyed the match. I didn't like the Kevin Owens went for a swanton like 3 times. I think he went for it. Yeah. And even the commentator said swanton. I was like, are they supposed to say swanton? I was like,
I didn't catch that. I'm gonna have to go back. That's great.
I think that was the other guy, the new guy.
That new guy, I don't like that new guy that much. I'm glad they bring Jerry Lawler back.
He's better than the other guy. I tell you that much.
The guy from before?
I'm Von Dark, whatever. I forgot his name, but
man, they should have never let go of the other motherfucker that they had at NXT. Man, Murillo.
Oh yeah, Murillo.
How do you let that guy? That guy should be the voice of Raw right now.
I think he left though. I don't think that they just let him go.
Yeah, because he probably left because the job sucks and they put mad pressure on you and they bother you. And Vince was probably like. That's what it was. I don't think he could handle Vince like yapping in his fucking ear.
Well, he was always doing NXT, so did he deal with Vince then?
I think no, but didn't he come on SmackDown or Raw for a couple of weeks before
I think he did Raw for quite a while.
I think he was doing Raw, and then he spazzed out and he just left. He had a panic attack or some shit.
Yeah, he left, and then he returned and was on NXT for a little while.
And that was it. He just bounced.
Yeah. I don't know. That guy's not even doing anything now, is he? Because I know he does boxing and stuff too.
Yeah, he does boxing. He does boxing for Showtime and a couple other. I think he does the Jake Paul pay-per-views with Snoop Dogg and all that shit.
Jake Paul, please.
He's chilling. He's making his fucking money. I assure you that. But he had a good voice. He had one of the better voices we had on TV in a while. Do you think his voice, yeah, like the way he sounds when he talks, like he's a good commentator. Mm-hmm. Like he makes the matches sound exciting.
What do you mean, Pat McAfee?
No, the guy we were just talking about, Murillo.
Oh, Murillo. Oh,
yeah. McAfee's cool too, but he needs to sit in his seat sometimes, man. He'd be jumping out of his chair way too fucking much. I'm sure that shit bothers Vince too. I bet you it bothers Vince.
I kind of like it, so.
It's okay once in a while, but like, come on, every time Nakamura's song comes on, this guy's on the fucking table going apeshit, bro. He loves that shit.
Well, I like it. I enjoy that he shows that he really loves.
He's definitely like a super fan. Like,
yeah.
That's cool that he got the main event. For him, it was probably the main event of his life.
Well, there's a little video of him showing his
reaction. I gotta watch that.
It's good, man.
I watch his podcast sometimes. He is good.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He grew on me.
Could you see him becoming an active wrestler?
No. I mean, he's been good in the ring.
He was good.
I don't know. Do you think he might transition to like all everyday wrestler or not?
I don't know, but like that's the case. If he does transition to everyday wrestler, like who do you see him actually beating? Like, can he beat a lot of people? You see him beating Cody Rhodes for a title in 5 years?
If he bulks up, he has the ability.
That's true. He is an athlete.
Yeah, I mean that leap that
his finisher should honestly be like a fucking punt. Like he should just kick you in the fucking head.
Randy Orton does that already, so.
Yeah, but he's an actual fucking punter. He's a fucking punter, this guy. It's the real deal.
No, Vince McMahon already did it, so you can't do it now.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
That's true. So, overall, what are you giving Raw again tonight?
I gave it about a C, just to be nice.
C, 3-star C? Yeah. I'll give it a 3.5, only because I actually enjoyed some of the matches thoroughly, like the U.S. Championship match. The tag matches were good until, all that other nonsense started happening. Overall, it was better than a lot of Raws I've seen in the last 5 years. So for that reason alone, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I mean, if they can go back to what it is, why we watch the show, which is wrestling.
Yeah.
That's, I think, when they can improve on it. I mean, the 3 hours is already brutal, but...
The 3 hours is beyond brutal. It should only be a 2-hour show, and there should only be like 2 or 3 talking segments. Everything else should be straight wrestling. I wish Raw would open up with a fucking match, and then the way they used to do it, Raw would open up with a match most of the times, unless they were coming off a hot story or something like that. But most of the times, Raw would open up with a nice, sick fucking match, and then at that like 10 o'clock hour, when Warzone would start, that's when they'd start like having a lot of the promos and, set you up for the main event.
Yeah. But it's like I said before, like the 3 hours is. I feel like they have the 3 hours, but they fill it with a lot of recap and
replays, advertisements, commercials, fucking vignettes that aren't even good.
We're already sitting here watching your shows. Stop wasting our time. Like let us watch what we're here. What we're here for. We're wrestling fans. We want to watch wrestling.
I think most importantly, we want some original fucking content. Like, why are we watching so many fucking replays? Like, you get this guy to come out, like you said, and every fucking time. The guy comes out to the ring, and then instead of watching what's happening live, then they fucking play a 2-minute fucking trailer of what happened last week, and then they come back, the guy's still in the ring, and now we're going to go to fucking commercial.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So now we just wasted 2 minutes of your time watching that trailer, another minute and a half for this motherfucker to walk to the ring. Now we're going to send you to fucking commercial. You're going to wait 3-4 fucking minutes to come back to watch somebody else walk to the ring for 2 fucking minutes. And to do what? To fucking lose to DQ or fucking, interference? Or, Seth Rollins saying you're a fat ass? And the guy just walks away from the ring?
That thing was hilarious to me. Like,
yeah, that was...
Get your fat ass back in the ring. And KO looked at it like, what you say to me?
That was great. Yeah. KO is tight. I don't think KO was expecting that, bro. I think Seth, like, that was a shoot.
It kind of shocked me when he said, I was like,
yeah.
I'm a fat ass.
Yeah. That shit was amazing. That was amazing. I'm not going to lie. That was probably the best part of the night.
Only thing that I was kind of
get your fat ass in the ring.
As a pure Stone Cold fan, I was waiting for a stunner and no stunner.
No, you didn't get a stunner tonight, but that's okay. You've had a lot of stunners in your life, and I'm sure there'd be plenty of time for other ones, so don't worry. So yeah, that was the first Raw recap we did together. It was fun. I had a good time. Is there anything else you want to cover for right now, or should we just call it a night, man?
It's kind of late for me now. I got to get up early, so
yeah.
I get you. It's been cool, you know. Let's see if we can do it more often.
Sounds like a plan, brother, man. Good talking to you. Have a good night. Get some rest. And for the rest of you that are still here, I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you do your best to follow me. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram. David, do you have anything you want them to follow you on?
I don't have anything like that right now.
He doesn't want you to fucking follow him, so shut your fucking mouth.
Instagram, I'm Infinity316.
That's it, folks. He's on Instagram. You can follow him there. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow me, though. I want the follows on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and most importantly, get me on TikTok. You're going to get some original content on there. Again, thank you for watching, and have a good